Hello everyone, and welcome to the second part of how Aston Villa became the greatest club in the world. So, this will be the 5th and 6th seasons with some kind of jumbled highlights. The 5th season, it's one of those 2 seasons, I didn't do many highlights, but overall, it is both seasons. So in both these seasons, we win the Premier League title again, and before I keep going on, I'm just laughing at that Vardy clip right there. Before I keep going on, I will show you, I'll kind of tell you that if you want to see the first 4 seasons, go check out the first video. I don't like to plug in my videos, but it is important to go see that first video to how we got to this point, because it's kind of hard to just figure out, oh, Aston Villa's winning the league title 5 times in a row. Like, why are they doing that? So, yeah, that's kind of important. But anyways, let's get right into this one. So let's not dilly-dally. These seasons were seasons where we reinforced our dominance on the league, put all the teams in their place, made it so Aston Villa was the dominant force throughout Europe, and hopefully would be the dominant force for years to come. So within that, we switched formations. Originally in the first couple seasons, we were playing a 4-4-2, and as I said in the first video, me and my dad played this career mode. A couple seasons he would play with me when I was home from college. I'd bring my PS4 home to play with him. Other seasons it would be that I was doing it on my own. So some games, if you see 2 people playing or 2 dots above people's heads, that's us playing. Besides that, what ended up happening within these seasons is that the first 4 seasons we were playing a 4-4-2, which we coined the Aston Villa Chaos formation, where we would press the hell out of every team we played. It would be complete interchangeability between players. So it was basically kind of like a total football system, where like you would have center backs sprint forward to striker and attack the space. You would have strikers defend the back line. You'd have like cams attacking and pressing like their striker. It was just complete chaos, but it beat every team and beat them up completely because we had so much stamina in our team, with the likes of Wayne Rooney pressing. Brandon Williams had amazing stamina. Declan Rice was a great player to push forward with. Jonathan Tah we brought in this season or the season before. Julian Brandt. Jermaine Defoe would come off the bench and just be a pure goal scorer, poaching style player. Off Meccano was complete athleticism in the center back position. It was just amazing. It was purely amazing. And a joy to watch and to play with. So, to talk about that a little bit, what ended up happening was that this was the seasons where we made sure this team would be set for the future. So, as I talked in the first video, we brought in some regenerated players. For instance, we brought in Radu. Sorry about that. Felipe Melo. We brought in... bloody hell. We had brought in McTominay as a defensive midfielder, and in this game he becomes amazing. He becomes like an 88, 86, 84, one of those overalls. 84 to 88 overall player. Mark Noble regenerated. We brought him in. We ended up selling him because he didn't grow fast enough. But as it'll show later, we basically made a team that was a 3-5-2 formation with Declan Rice, CDM center back, McTominay. Rakitic was still a key starter. Thiago Silva we brought in. Dani Alves we brought in the 6th season. Jack Grealish was still a starter. Wayne Rooney, Jonathan David, McTominay I already said, and then we also had the likes of Brandon Williams, who could play in the left mid, left center back position. It was amazing. It was amazing. And these are the clips for the 6th season, I believe at this point, because we had brought in Dani Alves. And apologies for it being kind of scrambled. I made these all a while ago. For any future videos like this, I will pass this Villa crew mode. I will make them so they're a little more understandable. But it is just me talking about and enjoying my love with this career mode with you guys. So it was amazing. I've said that so many times, but it's true. This team is incredible. And this is one of my most memorable career modes / master leagues I've ever experienced. Besides the fact that I got to play with my dad and make a lot of memories with that, and us building this team into a legend and inside joke in itself. Ollie Watkins becoming basically the Ballon d'Or winner for like 3 years straight at some point in this career mode. And it's not even like the final season is just bonkers by the point that what players we get in this team and what we ended up doing after that final season, I'll tell you as well, because there is kind of a twist with that too. But it was amazing. This is we're playing Barca in the Champions League for another season, and it's just they're not good enough. They're not good enough. Just can't do anything against our team and how we press and how we push everyone forward and we get back and defend as a unit. It's amazing to me, the team we created and the monster we made. So one would say, like, okay, you're winning all these titles, why didn't you raise the difficulty to make it harder so you could like make it more challenging again? So it's just not you pounding each team, because it gets boring. I'll admit it gets boring to pound each team. But it's just I would try to up the difficulty, and it wasn't enjoyable. I had to play a certain style to beat the AI on that difficulty, because I was on top player and I tried raising the one higher at superstar, and it just wasn't feasible. When I would try to play with my father, we couldn't win on that difficulty, and we would just get frustrated. So it is what it is. I just kept playing the career mode on top player, and I think that will be the only difficulty I'll ever play on PES. I'll try to play the higher difficulties, but I don't know if it'll be possible for me to play it there. But again, us winning the Champions League for a 4th, and it might tell us if it shows the 6th season, the 5th time in a row. Just completely dominance. We won every competition we were entered in. If they had a Carabao Cup, we probably would be the team that won the first quadruple ever. And we probably would have won it 4 years in a row at this point. But it's just amazing what we created with this team. Some of my favorite players. So this has like the first 2 seasons kind of showing it with the highlights. So this was a 24-25. So we go 20, 21, 21, 22, 22, 23, 23, 24, 25, 26. So those were these were more the 4th, 5th season screenshots. So as you see some key screenshots there. So again, we're just ripping through teams, like ripping through. And the biggest teams that we had to play against were United and Arsenal every time. Those were the 2 teams that would just pound us, that we'd have to beat, and we did. United was the most important team, and I will say this 7th season we end up selling, or 6th to 7th season we end up selling McTominay back to United. So we grew him at Villa, then it was like, well, we got a good price for him, we might as well sell him. So we sold him back to United, switched how the team was formatted. We didn't need 2 strong CDMs, and so that was that, man. Changed the team. Eze was still a key player. Wayne Rooney, Ollie Watkins still played a decent amount. He didn't get as many goals, which is sad to see because he was scoring like 30 goals a season before, but it is what it is. That was our formation by the end of this period. And so next episode we'll have the final season showing how we ended our Villa career mode off, and show what was the next step within this, and if there'll be more clips with that. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you then. I'll hopefully come out soon. See ya.